Welcome to Ruger Tech Tips. Going to show you on your #1 rifle the cleaning process. We've already field stripped the rifle, which you can watch on one of our other tech tip videos. Also have made sure that there's no live ammunition in the rifle or anywhere in my work area. The basic cleaning supplies you'll need are a good type of gun oil and solvent, just a cleaning rag, an oily rag. I need the appropriate size bore brush and one to hold patches on a cleaning rod, some appropriate size patches, and some type of a brush, and a good pair of safety glasses. To begin with, I want to get some solvent in the bore and start breaking up materials there. So I'm just going to put a patch through the bore with some solvent on the patch, and I'll spray some on there, and I'm just going to run this from the breech end right through the bore. Give that a good coating. Once I've got some solvent in there working, I'm going to change my tips and go to one that has a brush on it, and I'm going to soak that with solvent and run that through the bore. And I'll run that back and forth a few times just to make sure, just to break up any debris that's in there. And then I'm going to switch back to just a dry patch to remove all of that, and then run a patch through to see how clean that's come out. And you're basically going to repeat this process until you get your patches out that are sufficiently clean. So once the bore is nice and clean, I'm going to do a final patch of very light oil on that patch and run that through. Don't go crazy on the oil, just a small amount. Run that right through the bore. Before you put the rifle into use, I would just run a dry patch to clean that out. I would use, depending on the caliber you're using, an appropriate size patch and bore brush for just the chamber itself. That'll vary depending on your caliber. My other components, parts of the rifle, I'm just going to hit with some solvent. In this case, my breech block, the face of that can get dirty. I'll wipe that down with a patch, get all the debris off that, any excess oil, anything like that, wipe that down, and then I'll use my rag to wipe any excess off. And I'll do that with each and every component, is hit that with some solvent, depending on how dirty those are, and then just wipe those down, wipe that debris off, and get that nice and clean. And I'll do that with each and every component as I go through to make sure I got everything clean. Once I'm satisfied that all the components are clean, I'm going to take an oily rag, and again, a minimal amount of oil on my rag, work that in, and I'm going to wipe down all of the components, just a very, very light amount of oil. You don't want to go too heavy on the oil. Just a light coating is more than sufficient for the rifle. Once I've step by step gone through every single piece that I've put a light coat of oil, I've cleaned it, put a light coat of oil, I'm just going to wipe down the entire rifle, all the wood, all the metal. Everything, just a light coat of oil just to protect everything, including the fore end. There, that is clean and well protected. You can watch our other tech tip videos on how to reassemble your #1. Thanks for watching this Ruger Tech Tip.